проверим сейчас, как будет. Ну это хотя да, по сравнению с Far Cry. Ну это что-то какая-то, не знаю. Так-то у меня все нормально и на вырается. У меня падает FPS. Ладно, потом посмотрим. Чего? Так, ну ладно, вроде путем. Ну хотя нет, тоже приседает почему-то. Ну ладно, посмотрим. Так, что там у нас? Куда нам надо-то? Узнать кто. Вон оно что, надо узнать. Видео. Ну я что узнал, что-то нет. Хорошо. Все, наелся. Наелся. Пум-пум-пум-пум-пум-пум.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Your father says you don't work any copper.
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father's bought up all the copper to be had.
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're asking for it, boy.
Ага. Ну давай. 13-6.
You're right. It's nothing to me either way.
Right. So clear off.
I mean, beside the fact I'm here on behalf of the Royal Burgrave Saradze Kobbler, investigating a grievous crime against the crown.
What are you talking about?
I'd let you read my bill of authority, but I doubt you're educated enough to understand it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. If I'd known, of course I wouldn't. I mean, you understand, don't you?
Stop prattling, for God's sake, and start telling me the truth. What's the story with the copper at your forge?
You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
So why all the secrecy about it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why. I didn't ask.
Who buys those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him. Father doesn't like to talk about it.
Your father has some serious explaining to do.
I'm so sorry. If I'd known who you were, I'd never have taken such liberties.
Never mind. You weren't to know who I am. You were just protecting your father's business interests like any good son.
Thank you. Good luck then.
Вот так вот.
Good health to you.
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you I don't work...
Your son put it quite...
What's that? What do you...
Don't be angry with him. I didn't give...
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copy sheets here, and I wanted to keep it...
Why?
Pays me good money, and the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of them.
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. But show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
If you don't cooperate, you'll be getting a lot worse.
There's no need for threats. We can both... If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
You've got a cheek. Not only are you in with the counterfeiter gang, but you lied to me on top of it. You should be on your knees begging for mercy right now, not trying to make a profit.
I didn't know what they were doing.
But now you do know, and you've still got the cheek to try to strike a deal with me. So Rad's definitely going to be hearing about this.
You're right. I'm sorry, I overstepped the mark. I certainly didn't mean to offend one of Lord Radzig's men. One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rapota. He had a yellow cape on and kept whistling to himself. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to keep my mouth shut.
And where can I find this Rapota? Or the knight?
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery, on the hill there, next to a small chapel under a big tree.
Anything else?
No. I swear that's all I know.
Well, that'll do me for now.
Young man, about that matter I need help with. I'll gladly pay you.
First, tell me what's going on.
I recently tried to buy Master Armourer Otto Rabstein's business for my son Vitus, but that old fool wouldn't listen to reason. He said he couldn't understand his legacy being taken over by a clod like my Vitus. Despite the insult, I doubled my offer, but Master Otto still wouldn't budge.
And what is it you need from me?
I thought I'd show Otto that Vitus isn't such a dolt as he thinks, but for that I need someone experienced in combat.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. What's your plan?
Otto's busy making a very pretty suit of armor for the bailiff. So I was thinking, if we could show that pretty armor of his is absolutely...
And how am I supposed to see to that?
Well, I'd reckon we'd arrange a duel of champions with bludgeons. You'll put on Vitus's armor, and Otto will send his champion in that tin shit of his.
Then what do I get out of it?
Vitus will let you have the cuirass from his suit of armor, and I'll throw in a few
Sounds good.
And I'm sure a fella like you would be glad to be on good terms with the best armorer for miles around.
That remains to be seen. Do you really think that will work?
Otto's always mouthing off in the alehouse that my young lad isn't worth a damn. And Vitus will reap the reward. What with all the strife in the country these days, there'll be no end of...
But what if I lose?
Nonsense. How could you? Vitus's armor is...
How about if the armor for the bailiff...
Jesus Christ. Although, if Otto doesn't agree to the duel...
Exactly.
You're right.
Of course.
See you later.
Так, ну мне-то не сюда надо. Или я узнал уже? Да, я все уже узнал. Угу, мне вот сюда вот надо, да? Так. Поехали. Тут. На какой-то горе, на какой? Вот где-то здесь, наверное. Мне кажется, что мне надо это одеть. А что перчатки? 11. Лучше. Так.
Why are you just sitting around?
Why not? Admiring the view? People just do not appreciate a lovely view these days.
Да ты чё? Ну вот тебя отвлекать.
Does the name Rapito ring any bells for you?
Rapota, you say? Rapota.
Look, you little jester. I'm investigating a crime against the king on the direct orders of Sir Radzik. Are you really going to keep pretending you don't know anything?
Hang on! What's all this about a crime against the king? I'm just keeping an eye on things. When a wagon comes in, I make sure nobody robs it. I get a commission for that. That's it.
See? That didn't hurt a bit. Where's Rapita?
I don't know. He's been staying in town lately. He hardly ever shows up here. It seems he's keeping an eye on someone there. I don't know who.
Who comes to fetch them?
I don't know. Some people. They don't speak. They just look mean. Take the goods and go.
Thanks. Hope the scenery keeps you entertained.
И поел. Да. Нормально. Так, что там дальше-то? И все. Подожди. А у нас же это. Всё? Да ну нет, какая-то фигня. Короче, это... Найти эту работу. Блин, там чай, наверное, на стол у меня. И за чаем приду.
Our Lord's tasty, good on bread and for frying. Come and get it, fine people, and pork cracking too, a joy to taste. Lean, fatty, marbled, meats of all kinds. Cucumbers. Stay firm all winter. Buy them before someone else does. Salami, sausages, meat of all shapes, sizes and flavours. Good men, good wives, come have a look. Don't be shy, you'll never see such fine meats.
Come closer, my friends. Marvel at the miraculous items on offer today for a fraction of their true value.
Cucumber, fluffy cucumber, asparagus and fruit. Meat, cured and fresh, from the woods or from the pen. It all tastes delicious. Garlic, carrots.
Wine squeezed from grapes, cultivated from a rose bush.
Meat, mutton, veal, beef and chicken. From the yard or from the woods, lean and fatty.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
May the Lord watch over you.
Good day to you.
Is there anything interesting going on here?
It's so peaceful, it worries me. God be with you.
Почему, когда он разговаривает, показывает, что в шлеме закрытым? Хотя я же нахожусь в открытом. Не понимаю. А чё, с кем я должен общаться-то?
God,
Take care now.
Meat, mutton, veal, beef, and chicken.
Garlic
soup for the winter, onion soup for the spring, asparagus for taste,
Poor or rich,
prunes for what
old
ails you.
or young,
Try them.
there's something here.
My respects to you.
Take care now.
Lean, fatty, marbled, meats of all kinds.
Salt sprinkled with the bloody tears of St. James Madonna.
What? God be with you. May the Lord watch over you.
I'm at your service.
Master Armourer, I have a message for you.
If it's another one of his so-called generous offers, you can go straight back and tell him I'm not selling.
No, this is another matter. Vitus wants...
What? Me fight with that brat?
Surely you're not afraid of him, Master Otter?
Pah! Me? Afraid of him? Nonsense.
It will be a duel with bludgeons. No bloodshed. At most, a few bruises.
And so I'm to choose a champion of my own?
Good. So let's agree on the...
Hold your horses, young fella. I've got a counter offer for you. Now
I won't deny it.
I could pay you more. And I'd tailor-make a cuirass just for you. What do you say?
You mean if I fight as your champion instead? I'm not sure how Zack would take it.
No, you fight on Zack's side and lose.
That's not very honourable.
And Zack's constant slander and mudslinging are the height of honour, are they?
Well, it's true Zack hasn't behaved like an honourable craftsman.
See? So, will you help me?
Nah, forget it. I won't sully my name with cheating.
Suit yourself. But my champion will batter you into the ground anyway, so you've nothing to gain.
So, choose the time and place.
What, me?
You're the one being challenged, so it's your right.
Well, it's all the same to me. Go and sort it out with the bailiff. He should know about it anyway, so I don't look like a troublemaker.
All right?
Почему, блин, если это понижается репутация, если я ничего такого плохого не сказал, я просто сказал, не буду ему помогать. Почему? Понятно, блядь. Мастером файфаром. А где этот мастер файфар? А, вот он.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get the copper sheets from.
Really? So tell me.
It's the smith on the monastery craftsman's yard. He supplies the counterfeiters.
Do you know how he gets the goods to them?
No. All I know is that someone called Rapota collected the goods.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry. I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Good luck then.
Так, поговорили. Так, ну мне нужно теперь что? Мне нужно узнать, что это такое вот. Вот это вот. А, вот он, рехтаж.
I'm here on behalf of blacksmith
Zach? What is that madman? Don't tell me. It's another complaint about the master. Well, you can tell Zach if you waste another minute of my time with that pathetic feud of his.
No, it's not a complaint this time. In fact, Zach came up with an idea to settle the...
Is that so? Well, that's a different kettle of fish. That's just what I was after.
A duel.
Поединок.
Jesus Christ!
Don't worry, Goodman Bailiff. No one will get killed. It will... Zach chose me as his champion. I'll be wearing a suit of armor made by his son, Vitus, and I'll fight Otter's champion. Whoever falls first.
That sounds like a fine... Naturally, I'll have to be present to ensure...
Your presence is certainly expected, Bailiff. We'd like you to referee the whole duel.
Very well. We'll have it on the marketplace in the front of the church.
That's up to you.
We can announce it right now.
Let's do it.
I'll have it announced around town. You come along at just the right time. It'll be a fine show for the townsfolk. May the Lord watch over. Good citizens of Sasau, our township has long been plagued by a protracted dispute. As you are no doubt aware, Zach, the blacksmith of the monastery courtyard, and Master Armourer Otto Rabstein have been, for some time, at odds.
Ha ha! That is hammer and tongs, more like!
And in so much as it behoves my office as bailiff to settle such disputes and maintain peace and order, I have decided to resolve the blacksmith's quarrel by unconventional means, whilst affording an entertaining spectacle.
Блять, жук.
In short, we shall let them knock each other's teeth out. However, since it ill befits two respectable tradesmen to maul each other on the market square like a pair of cocks on a dung heap, each of them has elected a champion. Zach, the blacksmith, has appointed to fight in his stead Henry of Scarlet. And Master Otto Rabstein's champion will be... Please, introduce yourself, Sir Knight.
Master Otter will fight for Master Otter. I don't need some young pup to take my place.
I remind you that this will be a duel with bludgeons alone, and until first blood is shed.
Блин, вспомнить бы, как сражаться.
Come, folks, be sensible for heaven's sake. We don't want any maiming here, or, God forbid, murder. So, if both contestants are ready, Let us begin.
You'll die for that. Добрдела.
На тебе.
Shit.
Давай, 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 давай.
Ha.
Да ёб, ну как так ты успел-то? Вот и все.
You kicked that old bastard's arse, Henry. His ears will be ringing for a month. Now everyone will see who knows how to make armor and who's all hot air.
You shouldn't speak so disrespectfully about Master Otter. He fought bravely.
No need to get worked up about it. You've got to savor the victory, haven't you? Anyway, come by the forge later for your reward.
All right?
А чё я голый? Оружие. Какое у меня оружие? Отправ. Конник у меня. Так, что там сделали? Тут портной. Так, тут что? Колесик.
If you say so, but I still reckon we haven't seen the last of it. That Sigismund is still on the rampage. Attacking the nobles one by one.
У нас кто? Пекарь. Тут у нас пекарь. Так. И что мне дальше делать? О. Вот, проверь игру верно. Точно. Катка моя. Купец. Вот что. Ладно. Блин, нет, Не сюда свернулся.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Ивка. Так. Понял. Ага.
God be with you.
Так, меня послал пани из там. Как идет работа мастера?
How goes the work, master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see.
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague. Or so he...
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of...
I don't really know what you mean.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest. As though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his few... About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the baths? What did she...
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but...
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used...
Thank you.
Понятно.
I'll leave you to your work. The Lady of Talmberg sent me. She wants me to find out why the crown's been delayed.
Through no fault of ours, I can tell you that. We had a large stone ordered for mounting on the crown, a beautiful Moldavite from South Bohemia that we had cut and... In short, the good merchant, Martin Wiesek, who was supposed to bring it from Prague, it's like the ground swap...
Lady Stephanie won't be happy.
Look, we've got something else here we can replace the stone with, but I'm sure even you can see it's not worth, and definitely not worthy of our... Oh, if I only had someone who'd tried...
I'd venture that would be a waste of time. Your esteemed merchant is probably long gone, gambling and whoring away the coin. If there's no other way, then replace the...
Very well, as you wish. Naturally, we take responsibility for the loss and will compensate Lady Step. You can come for the crown tomorrow evening.
What about...
I seem to recall telling you. God be with you.
Так. Так. Приз хозяйка купальни. Ну давай. Ёб твою мать-то, блять, это... Вот, блять, ну как вот можно попасть между, блять, забором и тележкой? Одно искупаемся, наверное, да?
Jesus Christ. Your clothes. Were you assaulted?
I'd like to make use of the...
Uh-huh. And what do you...
Хочу искупаться и... Перед моим... Надо искупать я.
But of course.
Ну это нормально.
Fine.
I'm sure you... May the Lord watch over you.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Надо, наверное, нормуса.
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so... And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the...
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're... And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends.
Where can I find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few...
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he...
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor...
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone.
Понятно.
I'd like to know more about the kidnap.
Так, ну все.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Так. Так. Ага. Давай. Поговорим. Поговорим. Подруга. Мистер. О, работа.
Are you Rapiter by any chance?
Pardon me?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Well,
It'll only take a moment. I know you're buying copper from Zach the blacksmith.
it seems...
None. Now tell me where their workshop is.
Of course, of course. That...
So?
Let's leave...
В смысле найти? Куда ты бежишь-то? Нихера себе ты бегаешь. Он что, спортсмен, что ли? Не пойму. Блять, он убежит сейчас. А так нельзя делать. То я его сейчас вижу, а то я его... Блять, да как он так бегает-то, ёб твою мать. Блять. Куда бежим? Да ёб твою мать-то.
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. Just don't... Please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both gonna have too many other problems.
It's in the Skullet's mines.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of Skullet's Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving Sir Jezek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Jezek than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world?
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronoff back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway now. I've betrayed him.
Who is your lord?
Sir Yezhek of Ronoff. That's what he calls himself, although Ronoff Castle's long gone.
What happened to it?
Ronoff used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronoff only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate. All because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Yezhek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Yezhek got away. Since then, he's become the scourge of the domain.
So who's Sir Yezhek working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Yezhek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know what he was doing there, or who he is.
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death. I prefer...
An honourable death? No chance. It's the dungeons for you, and the sort of punishment a counterfeiter deserves. Don't worry. In time, you'll be glad.
Ну, я такой выбрал. Что теперь? Ты чё? А, это весельце, да? Интересно, где я? Ну, конечно. Как ему? Тут, да. Так, это что такое? Лучше. А почему у меня... Почему у меня... Нет. У меня это... Ага. Ага. А, вот, мне нужно... Ага. Мне нужно в монастырь, короче. Понятно. Ходить в монастырь. Сюда. Монастырь. Не, ну не. Как-то правильно. Где здесь вход-то? Подожди.
Father,
What's the matter, my son?
I'm looking for his son, Elijah.
Ah, yes, Elijah. He's holed up here somewhere. Most likely your...
Thanks for the advice.
See you later.
Так. Так. Тихо, 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 тихо. Да вот как ты можешь не перепрыгнуть это вот, блядь? Такая ху... О, господи. Шарлатан, горожанин, лишь.
God save.
Are you Elijah?
That's me.
I have your father's last will and
So my old man's kicked the bucket.
Not yet, but he's at death.
That is certainly interesting to hear. But let me ask you this. Who the hell are you and how come you took... Anyway, the old miser won't leave me even a piss pot.
Here, just as you ordered.
He's disinherited you. But if you return home, he might change it.
Go back home? Not a chance. Let him...
People come to see things differently on their deathbed. You might regret that one day.
By Christ, who are you anyway? You sound like...
You don't have to go back for good, but you ought to say farewell.
To hell with him. But I suppose you're...
My pleasure.
See you later.
Служанка, так, все это я сделал. Так, мне теперь что надо? Мне теперь надо... Да, улирих. Вот на... Найдите вход в школьную полицейский холм. Почти.
Yeah. Yeah.
Так, а где ты есть?
I've only got 2 hands.
Да, блин.
I finally found out where the Forger's workshop is. Master Fayfar was right. The Forgers are sticking close to the supply source. Their workshop is somewhere in the mines. The entrance is on the eastern side of the hill. I've no idea what to expect there, but I'd rather go there with some backup.
Got it for
I
you
will
right
be glad to
here.
give it. Lead on.
Вот. Будет очередная жесть. Я уже тут, что ли? О, нифига себе, тут. Да. Пойдем. А что, уже надо одеть лучше, да? А что, нельзя сохраниться мне? Давай сохранимся. Нет, вот так вот. Делаем здесь. Да. На всякий случай. А я помню, что тут было очень дофига народу. Надо что-нибудь выпить, наверное. Фант.
What have we got here? Entertainment. Great.
To arms! Get over here! Hey, all of you!
He's
Raise the alarm!
well landed.
Вот, видишь? Почему-то они резко прям все на меня, блядь, пошли.
Come on then, you whelp. What? Are you afraid, boy?
Alex! Damn!
And that's that.
А, F. Не мучился. Так. Поднять тело. Обобрать. Так, что тут у него есть-то? Гроши мы себе забираем, конечно. 17. Пинка, нифига себе. Забираем. Крендель себе забираем. Забираем хлеб. Так, а где еще один? Забираем. Топор. Яблоко. Ну и пиздец.
Hey, who's that? What have we got here?
Блять, меня что ли пиздит?
Ah!
Alarm! Cry!
Ой. Так, 17 кольчугов может дать. морковка, грибы. Так. Брать. Так, морковка. Факел нам не надо. Так, у меня перевес. Надо что-то выбрать. Что? У меня нет это. Будет. То, что грязно. Так, а где у меня это, кстати? Факел. Больше нет никого. Брал. Топор 20. Так. Поборник. Такой же, как... Такой же поборник, как у меня, что ли? А, нет, топор. Поборник это такой же, нет? Не понимаю я. А, поборник 46. Выкинуть. Нахрена он мне нужен? Поборник. Так. Ой. То, да? А самое главное, что он 12, 11. Сушеные грибы, хлеб. Так. Нифига не видно, но... Нормально.
What's that? What have we got here?
Давай, 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 давай.
Entertainment. Great.
Давай. А чё ты, не пойму. Сразу ложишься. Пробойник у него. Нифига себе. Такой же, как у меня, что ли? Так, сушеный фрукт, сушеные грибы. Так вот, блин. Ну да, такой же, как у меня. Прикольно. А чё нет-то? Так, а куда мне идти-то? Ага. Вот я слышу. А дальше мы смотрим.
Jesus Christ. Who are you and what are you doing here? I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kabila. And who's he?
That's no concern of yours.
I'm sure we could come to some sort of agreement. I have plenty of coin.
We can come to an agreement that you'll keep your mouth shut.
Вор, НГО, это что значит?
Please don't take this personally.
Wait!
What? Do you want to do it? Be my guest. It gives me no pleasure.
You can't kill him. I have orders to take him to Ratai.
That is unfortunate. I have orders to kill everyone involved in this business.
You can't do that.
I have no choice, as you are aware.
Why do you want to kill him? He may have valuable information.
For that exact reason. My master does not wish this man to fall into the wrong hands, especially those of Radzik Kobila.
You're a traitor.
The world is not so black and white, boy. We were on the same side for a while, but no longer. That is how it goes.
I won't back down, and clearly you won't either. So there's only one solution.
Драться, что ли? Ну давай.
You could have lived a long and happy life.
Надо было сразу его убить.
Verdammt nochmal.
Давай, давай.
Come on then, you whelp. Get some time.
Давай, давай, давай.
I hope you have said your prayers. You haven't a chance. Face it. Not so brave now, are you, young?
Вот так вот. Вот так вот, блин. 23, 19, 25. А у меня сколько? Мне 17. А, не, у меня 23. Нифига себе. У него 25. Больно.
Please, please. I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement. You can talk all you like, but not here and not to me. Let's go.
Let's go. Master Fayfar is very keen to meet you.
Задача выполнена.
Good work, Henry. Thank you, Master Fayfar.
It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rate. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Ratai then.
Так, мне куда? А, все, да? Мне куда надо? Надо. Щит. Вообще нужно что-нибудь продать. Что-нибудь продать. Ой. Что я снял? Ага. Надо продать что-то. Вот смотри, кольчужные. Они... А, их два. Нифига себе. Их 2 штуки. Двадцать 14. 23. Нифига себе. Уклончик. Поноже. 19. Ага. Продадим. Поноже. Мягкий поножи. Должны все быть поножи. Вот. Тут вот нужно. Но у него 25, и мы можем починить. Но это панский, блядь. 23, а тут 20. Латные перчатки. Ну, у меня, блядь, так. Ладно, сейчас мы, короче, тогда как раз дойдем до этого, продадим что-нибудь. Хроники. Марку. Кто такой? Мата. А что, с тобой нельзя разговаривать, что ли? А ты кто такой? Стражник. Стражник. Нет, это не тут. Не может бежать теперь игру. Да. Закрыто.
Come closer, my friends. Marvel at the miraculous items on offer today for a fraction of their true value.
Ох, что я не могу. Я не могу это. Блин, да если я не сказал даже, что он... Так вот. Вести себя. Кузнец. А броник нету. Или броник и кузнец это одно и то же, нет? Он нет. Броник нету. А почему броник нет? Теперь продать ничего не могу. Это очень плохо. Очень плохо, очень плохо. Да, мне нужен вратарь, да? Это теперь сюда опять надо. Вот сюда как раз. Ну давай. Сколько там будет? Ты хочешь совершить, если вот в это место? Понятно. Подождите, пока мастер вставит в Молдавии. Так, есть, да? Это куда мне надо? Это... Нет, подожди. Это нужно... Где это? Куда я ездил? Это... Ну, это у нас... Так называемые вражды. Да. Пока сделал. С молоком. Дом Божий. Найди маг. Откуда? Монеты. Ага. А это вот где? А где Стефани, блин? Где мне этот?
Father.
What's the matter, my...
I'm
Almighty Father.
Master Vincent has been taken.
Yes, I did hear that people are sick in some village here, but Vincent is still...
Yes,
Let us hope the good Lord will leave him here with us a while longer. Thank you for bringing it to me. If Vincent passes on, I'll see to his wish.
Thank you, Father.
Good luck then.
Так, ну хоть это.
Carrots, it'll make you and your
Ой, не кричи ты, ой, не кричи. Так, мне нужен, понятно, мне нужен вообще вот, вот. Знаете, да, вот.
Yeah.
Если снимешь.
God save. What can I...
I've heard it said that you're a warlock.
What? Why the fuck would they say that?
They say when you temper steel, you chant spells, and then nothing of yours ever breaks.
Spells? That's a good one. It's no spell. Just...
They say you're the best blacksmith in the whole region. That metal you've tempered never breaks.
Ah, nothing but old wives' tales. Of course some of my pieces have broken.
No one's ever returned anything for you to rework, though, have they?
Not that I recall, but I can't remember everything.
So that's why I'm curious just how you...
Look, I learnt it from my father. May he rest in peace. And I don't mean to share our secret with anyone.
So it's a family formula?
Actually, yes, it is.
Father was a blacksmith all my life. He always stoked up the furnace till it roared gently, and you could smell the heated iron. Then he plunged it into the water, and that was that.
Fine words, and no mistake. I do it a little differently. I heat until the metal is 2-3 shades short of bright yellow. I ease up on the bellows, and after a Lord's Prayer and a Hail Mary, off it goes into the water.
It's strange to think that I'll never help him out with it again. Our forge will stay burned out forever, unless I go back to the trade myself.
It would be a shame not to, lad. Working iron is a worthwhile thing. Godly. It makes life easier for folk.
And is that all? There's nothing else you do with it?
Well, that depends. I heat it up again after that, but not so it starts to glow. I just hold it like this at the edge of the furnace for a while.
You quench twice?
Yes, although there's less quenching needed the second time. It doesn't get quite so hot.
And how does that help?
I don't rightly know. I found out about it by chance. I got caught short, needed to piss so bad I left the rod resting by the furnace by mistake. That's how I found out if you quench twice, it doesn't break as easily. No idea why, but
I'd like to ask...
And I'd say...
Let's stop talking. I'd like to ask you about the tempering.
And I'd say I've nothing much to tell you. You just need an eye.
Let's stop talking about tempering.
Good luck to you.
А чё у тебя? А чё у тебя тут есть? Ну, у тебя оружие. У него оружие. Нет, у него доспех. Нет. У него только оружие. Ну, точно такое же. Пока не буду продавать. Что не пойму, тут где-то сказано было.
God save. How may I help you?
Why is the blacksmith muttering?
Oh,
Oh, I see.
no.
I've heard the...
What utter rub?
They say he...
Those aren't...
Do you know how the...
You'll have to ask...
Well, thank...
My pleasure.
Не понял, блядь. Так, ну ладно, поехали сюда. Надеюсь, он приготовил меня, нет?
Yeah. Yeah.
Порезался.
My humble greetings. How may I serve you?
I'll come for my reward.
Of course. And thanks again, lad. It's worked wonders for my trip.
And will Otter sell you his business?
I don't know, but the way things are looking now, his trade will soon...
You told me I'd get that kiras made by Vitus and a few groschen.
I did. And I'm on my...
Thanks.
God be with you.
Ну и чё там за панцирь Витуса, блядь? У меня 23. Нет, ну у него даже получше. Кузнецов. Ехать. Я даже не знаю, блин, куда меня. Покажи. Будешь вот. Да. Поехали-то. Что это такое? Чего пишете? Вор какой-то. Что за фигня? Что не так-то? А? Ладно. Есть русскоязычные слова какие-нибудь, а? Объясните, что это такое. Что ты там хочешь мне что-то сказать? Ну-ка. Трак.
God save you.
Ну, насчет работы.
What was it you wanted from me?
There's a farmer who lives in the craftsman's yard. He made a killing supplying vegetables to the monastery. I worked for him for a while, but then he threw me out without even paying me for my labor. I'd like you to steal the groschen he owes me. And also a pouch containing an amulet he got from the herb woman. He's as superstitious as an old crone, so when he realizes he's lost it...
Sounds easy enough.
It ain't quite that easy, otherwise I'd... God be with you.
Ну ладно. Раз мы пока не будем. Красит пока такой себе. Место для рыбалки. Ага. А тут глубоко?
Damn it, I wish I was able to swim.
Глубоко. А где тут мост есть? Мост. Он должен же мост быть. Чтоб твою мать, ну. Понятно. А, вот он мост. Даже как и оград. О. Ой. Кстати, тут речка найдет. Как это так? Он ехал. О! Нет, нельзя объехать. Что там, кто-то за мной едет, что ли? Да. Один? Ну, давай. Давай, чувак, где ты там? Давай. Ой-ой-ой, а что за фигня-то? А, он лучник. Извините. Он меня всадил, мне сколько. Там еще кто-то, да? Привязка. Да, кто-то там еще. Ага, вон он. Ой, а что-то их там много. А, нет? Это эти? Половец. Сабля. Повят. Кафтан, сушеное мясо. Какой-то. Там. А сколько тут, блин, ни хрена себе. Я, блин, это.
What?
What? Все нормально. Так, что у меня там? Пища, колбаска. Ни с того ни с сего на меня напали. Так. Ей. А, ну все, я его почти добрался, хотел. В ней почти добрался. Ехать еще. Ехать. Как раз ехать еще. Такой. Странник. Странно. Странник, где тут? А это кто? Тоже странник. А ничего, грибы обожрали. Я думаю, я правильно еду. Ну да, вообще. Так и хотел, но... Так. Ладно. Вот здесь. Был бы. Ехать.
Aj, te kutya! Add meg magad, vagy kinyírunk!
Ага.
Most megkapod!
Ёпрст, это ты тоже лучник, что ли, а?
Mi volt az?
На тебя. Давай.
Végeztél?
Давай.
Magányba! Mi van? Csak nem fáj!
Да ёб твою мать на. На тебя нахрен. Не пиздил, блядь. Парь, блядь. Отмычка. 64 полоски лук. Нихрена себе. А у меня сколько? 54. Да. А сколько сабли? 43. Ну, продадим. Просто не с того и все. Просто не с того. Вы попали, блин, в эту засаду. Какая засада? Чего засада? Кто там? Так, тут дорога. Ага.
Yeah.
Ну все, так и вот.
Yeah.
О, свинка. Не сюда. Или не сюда.
Yeah.
Сюда. Так.
God be with you, Henry. Congratulations.
Я хотел добавить.
Matthew and Fritz send their regards.
They survived. My God, I'm glad. And where did you see them?
In Sasau. I bumped into them in front of the tavern.
And how are they doing?
They're doing fine. The monks brought them back to health. But they don't have work. You wouldn't happen to know of any jobs going for two lazy...
Not here. And I think it will be the same in all of Ratai. It's overcrowded with refugees.
That's bad. Those two need work badly.
I do indeed. Try the mills in the smaller hamlets. The miller in Ledechko is old. Maybe he could use some...
I will.
Hey, lad. Don't you want a little wager on the Ratte tourney?
Would you like to get up to some more...
Yes, it was. I'm a bit surprised you thought so too. Although a girl doesn't get a chance to tend the wounds of a gallant defender. But I can't right now. Will you come back another time?
Так, мне нужен этот. Бля, опять свиньей стал. Ага. Так, мне нужно убрать. Это продать. Это продать. А, мягкие. И эти, ни хрена себе. Подожди. Кольчужный поножи. Мне вот эти вот надо. А эти продать. Да. Мягкие. А миланская. Нифига себе Однако, блин. На себе. Вот этот пока положить. Ой. Вот перчатки положить. Вот это вот положить пока. Это положить. Это положить. Нёрские перчатки положить. Мягкие поножи. Вот эти вот положить. Продать. На плечи дать. Ну все. Еще, блин. Пана Яна. Ник положить. Тяжелый щит положить, он мне нафиг не нужен. Ну и все. Ну. Да, вот это вот положим. Блин. И вот это положим. Ты хера у меня все. Так. Давай поспим. Так, мне нужен 8. Так. Чё дверь закрыта? Ну ладно, я сейчас доскочу быстро. Делать нехрен. И все. Так, мне нужен броневик, как раз он и броневик, блин. Ой, а что тут приседает, кстати?
God be with you, Henry.
Полез.
How are you?
Ага.
See you later.
Полез, не знаю. Так, это. О, а что такое? Рано еще что? Типа рано еще? А если подождать? По часикам. Да не по каким-то мне. Русскоязычный есть? Ответьте. Ребята, давайте пообщаемся. Просто пообщаемся, просто пообщаемся. Кто чем дышит.
My respects to you.
Торгуемся. Конечно, поторгуемся. Так, доспехи. Так. Вообще надо было бы это оставить. Я захотел продать. Там оставить. Ну все, я понял.
I'd like to discuss the.
Ну, и сколько ты мне предлагаешь? 250, 255, 260, 265.
Is this enough? A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little.
Ага. 260.
Aye, that would do it.
Вот и все. Так, все, теперь бегать могу. А, подожди, мне там... Он же броник, мне же можно починить что-нибудь. А что мне тут чинить-то? Ну, а мне тут нечего пока чинить нормально.
Vegetables, fruits, apples, cucumbers, onions, come get 'em.
Fresh bread, come and get it. Man cannot live by bread alone. Can't live without.
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more thing from you.
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us. The stubborn bastard's asking to see you.
Me?
Опять туда ехать.
Normally I'd send for Captain Burner to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him. Where is he?
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you the key.
Very well, sir.
Sir, can I ask you about something?
Of course, Henry.
Well, I thought since we chased the bandits out of Pribyslavitz, the roads would be safer.
Ah, criticizing your liege lord, are you? And what, in your opinion, should he do about it?
Oh no, I don't mean anything by it. Just that it surprises me.
Easy, lad. I'm only pulling your leg. you're quite right. The roads really aren't safe. Mostly due to one thing. My garrison is a shamble these days. I lost most of my men in Skalitz, and what I'm left with after Pribyslavitz is hardly enough even to guard Pigstein. Let alone guarding the roads and patrolling the rest of the province. I simply don't have the men.
Uh-huh. I understand.
That is, I didn't have the men. As it happens, you've come at just the right time. Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. Sir Kuno of Rickwald and his mercenary band. The men who ride with him are a rough lot, mostly former convicts, but they're as capable as any squad of soldiers.
Excuse me for being so bold, but there's plenty of mercenaries around. Surely you can find a more respectable...
You have a point, lad, but I'd like to tell you I talked to Kuno because I trust him. But actually my reasons are of a more pragmatic nature. You see, Kuno owes me a favour, so he'll serve me free of charge.
So, you want me to join?
Yes, but that's not all. I told Kuno I'd send him a guide, but really what I need is for someone to keep a close eye on him and his men. Someone reliable, and I'd say you fit the part. Go and report to him at his encampment. You'll ride with his band on patrols and make sure they don't get too disorderly.
How is he indebted to you?
I did him quite a big service, actually.
Oh, that sounds like quite a story.
You should ask him. You'll be spending quite a while riding together, so it'll help pass the time.
Who is this Sir Kuno of Rickwald?
He's the last baron of the House of Rickwald, which became impoverished. So he took to the mercenary trade, like many poor noblemen do, unless they become robbed. He's certainly an entertaining companion, but as a mercenary, well, let's just say he has...
That sounds a little worrying.
Oh, it's nothing too bad. Just that now and again he needs reminding not to step over the line.
All right. I'll go and report to him.
Excellent. He set up camp between Ratai and Ledechko. It's a good base for covering the province. Good luck, Henry. And watch out for yourself.
I will, sir. Thanks.
Так. И... нет, мне не Владимир нужен. Мне нужен... Нет. А вот, допросить ежика. Блин. Да, вот. Потом туда, потом сюда. Ну давай, Рацик. Пропустишь меня? Хорошо.
I need the key to Jezek's cell.
So Sir Radzig let him have his way in the end. He should have let me beat...
If I were you, I wouldn't question...
Just trying...
Thanks.
Yeah.
Так, это где-то здесь.
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll stay firm all winter.
Hey, Henry, come to see us. Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me, of all people?
You brought me here. You should consider it an
If hanging around in a damp dungeon with a condemned man is your idea of honor...
You're not seeing the bright side. You can be the one who uncovers a conspiracy against the king for your master. It did cross my mind, though, that it might be nice to get some assurances for my cooperation. After all, I'm the one the Margrave unjustly declared the scourge of the land and they even pulled my beautiful castle down. It was the necessity of making a living that forced me to take some liberties.
Do you really want to question the authority of the Margrave?
I've always been loyal to the crown, but what can I do when the Margrave stole...
That's not why we're here. I don't care about your conflict with the Margrave. It's your crimes against the king I'm worried about. The king you say you've always been so loyal to.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't...
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those forgeries?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps...
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me... A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it, too.
How did you come to hear of all this?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago. And they said they were heading for Sasau. That armed men were being...
Old friends?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in...
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. Didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Людмила. Я на Google.
Crimps? You're telling me this...
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it.
Where can I find the recruiting?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of...
I see. Is there anything...
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric said he probably...
That'll do me for the moment.
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being...
I can try, but I can't promise you anything.
Так. Так, 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 так.
Fresh bread, come and get it. Man cannot live by bread alone, but he can't live without it either.
Так, 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 так. Так, так, секунду, секунду, секунду. Мгм. Мгм. Не знаю. Так вот. Что-то. Понятно. Так, ладно. Так, как понравится, куда обратно? Стой, пан. Стой, 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 я тут, стой, 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 я с тобой хотел поговорить, стой.
Damn.
Ой.
So what have you learned?
All sorts of things.
There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery?
That's what Yezhek claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the...
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
Так, ну уже просто... Что?
So what will you do?
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And...
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn! So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Yezhek is convinced this Eric is...
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time. You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau.
I'm not sure where to...
Then ask around the alehouses and inns, or at the Rathaus. Someone must have heard something. These things... Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend...
I know I'm asking a lot of you. But I know of no one else who could help as much as you can.
Sir, there's one more. Sir Yezhek went with me without resistance, because I promised him he could come to...
My boy, my boy. You make promises in my name? That could turn out very... But, if it can prevent bloodshed, why the hell not? We may well come to some arrangement, but I can't say yet what will become of him. You'd better...
As you command, sir.
Как прикажете. Так. Ну вот, да, мне тут... Нет? Вот он ящик-то. Сумка, доспехи. Вот эти. Да, чтобы... И все. Так, а теперь мне надо куда? Созал опять сюда мне. Простите, хозяин корчмы вовчик. Ага. Да? Даже так, а это что? Для фри. Понятно. Так, ну ладно, все. Если кому интересно, ставьте лайки, пишите комменты. Будем дальше продолжать прохождение, если понравилось. Ой, сейчас, простите. Вот. Так что... Так, интересная игрушка. Можно тут разными делами позаниматься. Давай, вот. Так что... Я никуда не пропал. Вот. Иногда будет стримы. Будет, не знаю, насчет армы. Вот арму, думаю, я ее удалил. Сейчас думаю опять установить, потому что играть тоже. Ну, посмотрим. Все обернется. Просто одному в армии делать них. Надо с кем-то. Ладно, всем пока. Скоро будем играть. Будем вместе. Ну, 15. Больше спать не может. Спасибо.